Hi, Harim is here. Welcome back to the Java series. So in today's lesson, we're gonna talk about two very important interfaces, which are comparator and comparable, and we will see how they can be used to sort different type of collection. So as usual, we go here to Eclipse. I have already created the Java project and created the main class. So I'm gonna start here by creating a list, a collection list of type list. Import the list integer, and call it a list, a list, and we give it a rise as list, and we specify few elements. It's just not take written in the and let's say we want to sort this list. There is few ways to do this, and the first one is to use the collection, and if we type here sort, we see here there is two methods. The first one is sort, and it takes a list of t. The second one is sort and takes two parameters, a list of t and the comparator of t. So we're gonna use this since this integer it's just a wrapper class of the primitive ends. So it know how to sort it. It doesn't know how to sort it. We will see why it's gonna sort it, but and if we type here sysout, we log this is a list string, and we're gonna see the result. So there we go. There you go. We have all the elements in the sorted in ascending order. So the second way to do this is this. We go here and we list. We use the stream API. So I'm gonna do a whole series about the streams API because it's and how we can use it with the collection, because it's really interesting. And we type sorted, then for each we'll try to log this every element, and it takes an element, a lambda takes an element, and we sys out this element, get rid of this. So I guess we'll get the same result. So see, we get the same result. So how do this sort or sorted or sort this array of integer? This is possible because if we go here to the class of integer, it's marked as final, so we cannot extend it. It's implement a very special interface which is comparable. So this is possible only because this integer class implement this comparable, and if we go here to this comparable class, it's gonna contain a one function or one method. It's called comparator. It takes another object, and this object invoke this method to be compared to another object, and you can do your own implementation, custom implementation. So we go back here, and let's say we want to do the same thing but for our custom objects, not the kind of classes predefined in Java. So I'm gonna create a new object here, call it book, and it's gonna implement comparable. By the way, this comparable reside in the package Java lang. So, and this comparable gonna take book here, and this book gonna have private string name, for example, private, for example, double price, then private int, let's say rate, just give it just like a rate like this, and gonna use Java Eclipse here to generate few stuff faster. Then setters, select all setters and getters, and we need the toString method, and implement this comparator. So we make this other book like this. So let's say we want to compare our books based on just the rate. So what we're gonna do, this compare, first of all, this object will specify for the other, return a negative integer 0 or positive integer as this object is less than equal, return negative, equal 0, greater than, return the positive 1. So if this say rate superior, then other books rate, what we're gonna return 1, else if this rate less than other book rate, and what we're gonna return is -1, else we return a 0, else they are equal. So in this case we return 0. So that's it, and let's go here and create a public void example1, and create a list of book, call it books, and new array list. By the way, we can use whatever collection we want, list, set, or other collection vector or whatever. Array list, array versus book. So we give it here books, we're gonna append add few books. This is gonna be a new book, and it's gonna take a string name, for example, Harry Potter, Harry P, or whatever. Price, let's say the price is 100. File rate, let's give it a 7. And similarly we add a few other books. So it's too much, and whatever. We keep this Harry Potter. This is something, and the book is 80. Rank is just 2. Is the rank is 5. So let's keep it like this. This is 10 actually. So we have these books. So if we want to sort this collection based on the rate, what we're gonna do is sort, and it takes books, and we're gonna take each book, says out, this books, book to string. So that's it. Let's see, new main books. Let's see. So we got them. I don't like this, so we want to print them one after one. We go here, I take books, then for each, then a book, and map it to sys out book to string. Then we just duplicate this here, and we sys out, and we create after new line. So let's compile this and see. So what we got here is this is our books in the beginning. We got 7, 8, 10, 2. Now we sort them in ascendance order. So this is how we sort these things, any collection of any type, using the comparable interface. So let's see another way to sort them. Now we will be using comparator movie. So basically the same thing. I'm gonna copy and paste this. Name just the rate. Let's keep it just simple like this. Implement now comparator. And this comparator takes movie. And this if we go to here to this comparator, it's an interface which have this compare here. So this is the method we must override. Let's create constructor using the field. Default constructor, we will be using this, and we'll say y. Then setters and getters. Then probably the toString method. So, and lastly we add the comparator. So this comparator, what it takes two objects and compare them. If the first object is greater than the second, gonna return 1. If O1, for example, let's compare them by the rate, is greater than O2 rate, then we're gonna return a 1. Else, if O1 rate is less than O2 rate, gonna return -1. Else, gonna return 0. So that's it. So if we have too many attributes here and we want to compare them, provide a very custom implementation to this compare, we're gonna test, for example, if this name and rate, if the name is superior, for example, then the O2 name, and do different kind of tests. For example, here for the name we can't use the superior or less than, so it's a string. So for a string, it's a string also implement the interface comparable. So it has the method compare to. So here we use the compare to. It's gonna, if this return the 1, then we return a 1 here. If on get string name return -1, we're gonna return -1. Else we return, so because the string already implement that interface. So that's it. Let's go here and in the main and copy here this. No, try to make things faster and rename it to 2. This is not gonna be this gonna be a movie, and then you write movie and movies and movies and movies. It has just the name, no, just movie. Change all of this so to be fast. Let's say this is Inception, which is a love. This is Interstellar. Right, and this could be anything. A movie with uppercase. And so the collection here sort cannot accept this movie because this a movie of a tape comparator, not a comparator, not a comparable. So what we're gonna use here is the other sort, which take the list of the movie and the comparator of the movie. So it takes movies, and here is a comparator, and by default this movie here implements a comparator of movie, so this movie has a nature of a comparator of movies. So what we need to do is pass an object of a comparator, which is in this case just a movie. It's passed, see? And we go here, name the example 2. See, we got our movie sorted. Got our movie sorted in ascending order. After, before, this is before, after. Let's say what will happen if we just get rid of these. The sort, the collection sort method will not know how to sort these. These, see, does not know how to sort them. So in order for these to be sorted, and the beauty of it, if we see here the sort method, it takes a list and the comparator of something that's super of a movie. So that's something that's derived from a movie. So what we can go and do here is create a new class, and we custom special movie, and this special movie just gonna extend our movie. Simple as that, see? And that's it. And if we go back here and change all of this to simple special, so we change everything to a special movie, and we see what we will get. I'm gonna create that constructor here. we don't have the special movie. So what we need here is to create a constructor. Nope. Construction from superclass. So that's it. And we go back here and execute the code, and it's just working fine because this special movie has the nature of a comparator because it's extend the class movie. So this is it. There are two user interfaces, and they are used a lot with the collection sorts, either with the stream or this way. So that's it, and see you next time.